Welcome to Learning English Level 3. Today we are going to explore a fascinating and often misunderstood topic. Makeup. It's something that many of us use daily, yet it holds more power than we realize. Makeup is often seen simply as a way to enhance beauty, but it's much more than that. It's an art form, a tool for self-expression, and a source of empowerment. In this video, we're going to break down the power of makeup in a way that helps you not only understand it better but also improve your English fluency. What we're talking about today is more than just lipstick or mascara. We're going to explore why makeup affects the way we feel, the way we see ourselves, and even the way we are perceived by others. Whether you love makeup or you're someone who doesn't use it often, by the end of Lesson 1. Makeup can give you more confidence. Makeup is often seen as something superficial, but in reality, it holds the power to transform not just how we look, but how we feel. It's not merely about enhancing your external appearance. Makeup has the incredible ability to shape our confidence, boost our self-esteem, and even shift our emotional state. When you apply makeup, you're not just covering up flaws. You're taking control of how you present yourself to the world and, more importantly, how you perceive yourself. When we apply makeup, we engage in a process of self-care that helps us feel empowered. This ritual of enhancing our features is symbolic. It's a moment where we take time for ourselves, care for our appearance, and elevate our self-worth. In doing so, we begin to internalize the confidence we project on the outside, which makes us feel more capable and ready to take on the world. How makeup affects our mood. Makeup has the ability to reshape our mood and reframe how we perceive ourselves. There's an immediate effect we feel when we apply makeup. It's like switching gears mentally. It can take you from a place of feeling tired, stressed, or self-conscious to feeling empowered and ready to take on whatever challenges come your way. For example, consider how makeup makes us feel fresh and energized. The process itself is soothing and can be almost meditative. The act of carefully applying foundation, eyeshadow, and mascara can help us focus on the present moment, giving us a small sense of control over our environment. The end result isn't just a face that looks better. It's a mindset that has been transformed into one of confidence and capability. Makeup is a psychological tool as much as a cosmetic one. It allows us to project a certain image to the outside world, and this image often reflects our internal sense of self. When we look in the mirror and see ourselves enhanced, we may feel like we are more than ready to face the day. Example story. Olivia's transformation. Take the story of Olivia, a young woman in her early 20s who had struggled with self-esteem for years. She had always been critical of her appearance, especially her skin, which she felt was prone to breakouts. This constant self-consciousness kept her from fully engaging in social situations. Olivia was often quiet at parties, sitting at the edge of the conversation, feeling like everyone was paying attention to her flaws rather than the conversation. One morning, after reading about how makeup can boost confidence, she decided to give it a try. She didn't have any special occasion or event. She simply wanted to see if it would change how she felt about herself. She started with a small routine: a light foundation, a touch of mascara, and a bit of blush. As she applied each product, she noticed something interesting happening. For the first time in a long while, she was enjoying the process. The act of caring for her appearance became therapeutic. She wasn't just covering up imperfections. She was enhancing her features, focusing on what she liked about herself. When Olivia looked at her reflection, she didn't just see a face with clearer skin. She saw someone who looked polished, radiant, and ready to face the world with more confidence. This wasn't just about external beauty. It was about feeling in control of her appearance, which made her feel empowered. Later that day, Olivia went to work, and for the first time in a long time, she held her head a little higher. In meetings, she spoke up more confidently, and during breaks, she chatted with her colleagues instead of sitting in the corner. The makeup didn't just enhance her features, it enhanced her confidence and self-assurance. Outcome: Olivia's experience shows that makeup isn't just a tool for enhancing beauty, it's a tool for empowerment. By giving herself permission to feel good about her appearance, Olivia was able to shift her mindset and approach her day with more confidence. Makeup became a small ritual that transformed her emotional state, allowing her to feel like the best version of herself. The power of makeup in daily life. Confidence on demand. One of the most remarkable aspects of makeup is that it provides instant confidence. Whether you're feeling down, tired, or insecure, makeup can serve as an immediate pick-me-up. In those moments when you feel like the world is too much or when you simply don't feel your best, makeup can be your armor. You have the power to change your appearance, and in doing so, you can also change your mindset. Consider how often we turn to makeup when we're not feeling our best. Whether it's waking up with tired eyes or simply not feeling good about ourselves. When you apply makeup, you're taking back control of your appearance and reaffirming your worth. You're not masking who you are. You're showing up as the most confident version of yourself. Makeup is an emotional tool. It's something you can turn to on a whim when you need a little confidence boost. Whether it's a bold red lipstick for an important meeting or natural foundation for a casual day out, makeup gives you the ability to decide how you want to feel, and that feeling often translates into how others see you as well. Makeup and the psychology of perception. There's also a fascinating aspect of makeup that comes from how other people perceive us when we wear it. Studies have shown that people often associate well-applied makeup with competence, trustworthiness, and sociability. When you wear makeup, others may treat you differently, often with more respect and attention. And while this may seem superficial, the way we present ourselves plays a large role in social interactions. When you wear makeup, you're not just enhancing your features, you're also enhancing your social power. You give yourself the freedom to shine in social settings where you might otherwise feel invisible or insecure. The act of wearing makeup can also give others a positive impression, which can make you feel more confident in return. Example story 2. Claire's professional confidence. Let's talk about Claire, a talented lawyer who had always felt that her skills were being overlooked in meetings. She knew her work was exceptional, but she struggled to feel seen in a room full of more outgoing colleagues. Claire decided to try a subtle but impactful change. She started wearing makeup to work every day. This didn't mean wearing dramatic looks but simply enhancing her natural features with foundation, a bit of eyeliner, and a bold lip. After a few days of wearing makeup to the office, Claire noticed something interesting. In meetings, her colleagues began to take her more seriously. They listened intently to her points, and her confidence seemed to shine through. At first, Claire wasn't sure if the makeup had anything to do with it, but then she realized. Her newly polished look had not only given her a boost in confidence, but it had also subtly changed the way her colleagues interacted with her. They saw her as more confident, which encouraged her to speak more freely and assertively. Outcome. For Claire, makeup was more than just a beauty ritual. It was a confidence catalyst that helped her gain recognition in her professional life. By taking the time to care for her appearance, she was able to present herself as the capable, confident professional she truly was, which made her interactions at work more successful. Lesson 2. Makeup as a creative tool for self-expression. Makeup is often seen as a way to enhance beauty or hide flaws, but in reality, it is much more than that. Makeup is an art form, and just like any other artistic medium, it allows you to express emotions, creativity, and your unique identity. Your face becomes the canvas, and makeup provides the tools, the brushes, colors, and techniques, to create a representation of who you are inside. Every time you apply makeup, you are engaging in a process of self-expression. Whether you're feeling bold, confident, soft, or even rebellious, makeup can help you project a different side of your personality, communicate your mood, or experiment with an entirely new look. The freedom to express yourself through makeup is one of its most powerful aspects, and it can be an extremely personal and empowering process. Makeup as your personal canvas. When you apply makeup, think of your face as a blank canvas. You have the freedom to choose what you want to emphasize or downplay, what colors speak to you, and how you want to project your emotions or intentions to the world. It's an interactive process. You create a look that's personal to you, which allows you to feel more connected to your identity and more confident in your skin. Makeup is an incredible tool because it can be a direct reflection of your emotions or what you're going through. If you're feeling energized, you might choose a bright, bold lipstick. If you're feeling introspective or quiet, you might lean toward more subtle shades and soft textures. And if you want to feel empowered and bold, you could choose strong eye makeup, perhaps a dramatic cat eye or some vibrant eyeshadow. What's most powerful about makeup is that it allows you to shift your identity for the day, the moment, or the occasion. You can transform yourself into a version of you that matches your mood or expresses a particular aspect of your personality that you want to project to the world. Example story 1. Sophie's bold transformation. Let me tell you about Sophie, an introverted artist who loved to express herself through painting. She had always been fascinated by the way colors could tell a story. One day, she had the idea to experiment with makeup as a form of self-expression. Sophie decided to use makeup in the same way she would use paint. Instead of simply applying foundation and mascara, she wanted to create a vibrant look that told a story. She started with her eyes, blending bold shades of purple, gold, and blue to create a dramatic, almost ethereal look. She used a bold red lipstick to complete the look, adding a striking element that made her feel powerful and confident. Sophie didn't just see her makeup as a routine. She saw it as her creative outlet. Just like she would mix paints on a canvas, she now mixed eyeshadows and lip colors to create a visual masterpiece on her face. When Sophie went out, she felt like a completely different person. She felt empowered, fierce, and bold. People complimented her on her makeup, asking if she was a professional artist. That day, makeup became her artistic expression. It was no longer about fitting into beauty standards. It was about showcasing her inner artist, her creativity, and her strength. Outcome. For Sophie, makeup was a creative release, a way to express herself authentically. By using makeup as an art form, she discovered that makeup could be more than just a beauty routine. It could be a form of creative empowerment. Sophie now uses makeup as a tool for artistic self-expression, giving her the freedom to explore and communicate different aspects of her identity. Makeup as a tool for emotional expression. Makeup is also deeply connected to our emotions. How we choose to do our makeup can reflect how we're feeling, what we want to say, or what we want to project to others. Sometimes, makeup allows us to bring our inner world to life, transforming our emotions into something tangible. For example, if you're feeling bold and ready to take on the world, you might reach for a bright red lipstick or a fierce eye look. On the other hand, if you're feeling calm or relaxed, a more neutral, minimalistic look may be your choice. Makeup has the ability to mirror your inner emotions and communicate them outwardly, without saying a word. Some makeup looks are designed to evoke confidence, while others are soft and subdued to reflect a more gentle or reflective state. You can choose the intensity of your look based on what feels right for you in the moment. Example story 2. Elena's mood-boosting makeup ritual. Elena, a woman in her early 30s, had been going through a rough patch at work. She felt drained, overwhelmed, and unsure of herself. One morning, feeling particularly low, Elena decided to take a break and do something for herself. She didn't need to be anywhere special, but she felt the need to boost her mood and lift her spirits. She decided to use her makeup routine as a self-care ritual. Elena chose bright, uplifting colors for her eyeshadow, soft pinks, peachy hues, and a touch of shimmer. She didn't want to feel weighed down by dark or heavy tones. She wanted to feel light, radiant, and cheerful. She used a coral blush to bring some warmth to her face and finished with a bright peachy lipstick. As she applied her makeup, Elena could feel a shift in her mood. The act of taking time for herself, choosing colors that made her feel happy, and seeing her reflection transform made her feel empowered. She looked at herself and realized that makeup wasn't just about looking good. It was about reclaiming her energy and feeling in control. Later that day, Elena went to work with a new mindset. She felt more relaxed, energized, and ready to take on the challenges ahead. Elena's makeup didn't change her circumstances, but it changed her emotional state, giving her the courage to face the day with confidence. Outcome. For Elena, makeup became an emotional tool. It allowed her to transform her inner emotional state by choosing a look that made her feel empowered. Makeup became a way to connect with her feelings and boost her self-esteem in a meaningful way, allowing her to face her day with a new sense of strength. Makeup and identity. A transformation tool. One of the most beautiful things about makeup is how it allows us to transform ourselves. The ability to change your appearance through makeup is a form of reinvention. Whether you want to try a dramatic new look or simply enhance your features, makeup gives you the freedom to shape your identity the way you want. Sometimes, makeup allows us to step into a new version of ourselves. A version that aligns with how we want to feel or be perceived. For some, makeup is a form of reinvention, a way to express their inner confidence, power, or creativity. It gives people the chance to explore different sides of themselves, even if it's just for a day. It's a way of experimenting with how others perceive us and how we project ourselves into the world. Example story 3. Mia's new persona. Mia was always considered the quiet one at her job. She was a talented writer but was often overlooked during meetings. Mia loved makeup but rarely wore it, feeling that her natural look was enough. One day, Mia decided to challenge herself. She wanted to break out of her shell and show up as someone more confident and bold in her professional environment. She decided to experiment with a dramatic makeup look: bold eyeliner, bright red lipstick, and a hint of highlighter to add some glow. When she finished, she didn't just look different, she felt different. She looked at herself in the mirror and felt a sense of empowerment. It wasn't just about the makeup. It was about the persona she was creating for herself. She was no longer the quiet one. She was now the confident professional who was ready to take on anything. That day, Mia walked into the office with her head held high. She participated more in meetings and even spoke up when she had an idea. Her colleagues noticed the change in her, and they started to treat her differently, more respectfully, more attentively. Mia didn't change who she was, but makeup gave her the confidence to project a new identity, one that reflected how she wanted to be seen. Outcome: Mia's experience demonstrates how makeup can be a powerful tool for reinvention and self-expression. It gave her the confidence to project a new version of herself, one that aligned with her inner desires. Makeup allowed Mia to express her true potential and embody a version of herself she wanted to share with the world. Absolutely. Let's continue the expansion of Lesson 3. Makeup as a confidence booster for difficult times, and provide detailed examples, stories, and outcomes, following the format you've requested. Lesson 3. Makeup as a confidence booster for difficult times. We all go through difficult times. It could be a breakup, the loss of a loved one, or simply feeling overwhelmed by life's challenges. During these moments, it's easy to feel disconnected from our usual self, especially when emotions and stress take a toll on how we feel about ourselves. However, makeup can act as a powerful tool during these times, helping us reclaim our confidence, boost our mood, and put us back in control of our emotional state. Makeup isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling good. The process of applying makeup allows you to take some time for yourself, calm your mind, and focus on something that makes you feel better. It's a way to remind yourself that you matter, that you deserve care, and that you still have the ability to shape how you show up for yourself in the world, even when you're struggling inside. Makeup doesn't erase the pain or difficulty of a situation, but it can give you the emotional strength to face your day with a renewed sense of confidence and dignity. It acts as an emotional anchor, something stable you can control when everything else feels uncertain. Example Story 1. Rachel's reclaiming moment. Rachel had been in a serious relationship for 4 years when it suddenly ended. She was devastated and felt lost. For days, she stayed in bed, staring at the ceiling, unable to face the reality of the situation. Her self-esteem was at an all-time low, and she no longer cared about her appearance, something that once made her feel good about herself. One afternoon, after a particularly difficult day, Rachel realized she needed to do something for herself, something to regain control and show herself some love. She decided to take some time to apply her makeup. It wasn't about masking her pain. It was about reconnecting with herself and reminding herself that she was still worthy of care and self-love. She started slowly, applying a light foundation to even out her skin tone, then a soft blush to add warmth to her face. She chose a subtle eyeshadow that matched her mood, something soft yet uplifting, and finished off with her favorite pink lipstick, which always made her feel fresh. When Rachel looked in the mirror, she didn't see a broken woman. She saw someone who deserved care, who still had the ability to take time for herself even during hard times. As the makeup settled into place, Rachel began to feel empowered again. It wasn't a magic fix for her heartbreak, but it was a small act of self-care that shifted her mindset. She had taken the first step toward healing, not just physically but emotionally. Later, when she went out for a coffee with a friend, she felt more present, more aware of her worth, and less consumed by the pain. It wasn't that the pain disappeared, but it was a small reminder that she was stronger than the circumstances. Outcome: Rachel's story shows that makeup can be a way to reclaim control over your emotional state during tough times. It doesn't erase the pain, but it empowers you to face the world again with confidence and dignity, proving that self-care is vital during times of hardship. Lesson 4. Makeup and social perception. How it affects how others see you. Makeup has a unique power. It doesn't just affect how we see ourselves. It also affects how others perceive us. Studies have shown that well-applied makeup can make people appear more competent, trustworthy, and even sociable. The truth is, the way we present ourselves to the world plays a huge role in how others treat us, and makeup can be an essential tool in that process. By carefully applying makeup, we can control the way we are perceived by others, and even make ourselves feel more confident in the process. Whether you're going into an important meeting or attending a social gathering, makeup gives you the power to shape how people see you, and ultimately how you feel about yourself in those situations. Example story 2. Claire's professional confidence. Claire was a talented lawyer, but she often felt overlooked in her firm. She had great ideas and insights but struggled to assert herself in meetings. She was often overshadowed by more outgoing colleagues who seemed to dominate the room. Claire had always thought of herself as a quiet, introverted person, and while this didn't bother her at first, she started realizing that it was limiting her opportunities at work. One day, after a particularly frustrating meeting where her ideas were brushed off, Claire decided to make a change. She realized that she could start by projecting more confidence and taking control of her appearance. She didn't want to change who she was, but she knew that makeup could give her the confidence she needed to take up space in meetings and conversations. Claire started applying a little more makeup before heading to work. Nothing too dramatic, just a bit of foundation to even out her skin, a light coat of mascara to open up her eyes, and a bold red lipstick that made her feel powerful. The next time she entered the office, she immediately noticed something different. Not only did she feel more confident, but her colleagues seemed to notice her presence more. When it came time for meetings, Claire spoke up more, and for the first time, her colleagues listened attentively to her insights. She realized that makeup had done more than just enhance her appearance. It had enhanced her confidence and made her feel more capable. It had changed the way others saw her, but more importantly, it had changed the way she saw herself. Outcome: Claire's story highlights how makeup can be a tool for shaping how others perceive you. By taking the time to present herself confidently, Claire was able to assert herself more in the workplace. Makeup didn't just give her an external makeover, it gave her the confidence to be seen, which ultimately enhanced her professional presence. Lesson 5. Makeup as a form of artistic self-expression. Makeup isn't just about following trends, it's also a powerful form of self-expression. Much like artists use paint to create stunning works of art, makeup can be used to express your emotions, creativity, and individuality. Your face becomes a canvas, and makeup is the paint that allows you to create whatever look you desire. Makeup allows you to experiment with colors, styles, and techniques, giving you the freedom to showcase who you are in the most personal and artistic way possible. Whether you want to feel bold, feminine, dramatic, or even rebellious, makeup lets you become whoever you want to be. Example story 3. Sophie's bold transformation. Sophie had always been a shy, reserved person. She loved art and often spent her free time painting, but she had never experimented much with makeup. One day, Sophie decided to try something new and use makeup as a form of self-expression. She wanted to transform herself into someone more confident, someone who could express her inner creativity through her appearance. She started by experimenting with bright, bold colors. She used electric blue eyeshadow, bold eyeliner, and a striking red lipstick. She didn't want to hold back. She wanted to embrace the artistic side of makeup. When she looked in the mirror, she saw a version of herself that was confident and empowered. This wasn't just a beauty look. It was art, a way of showcasing her inner creativity to the world. The next time Sophie went out, people noticed her transformation. They complimented her on her bold makeup and asked if she was a professional makeup artist. Sophie felt amazing. She had successfully used makeup to express a side of herself that she'd kept hidden for years. She felt bold, creative, and free. Outcome. Sophie's story is an example of how makeup can be a creative outlet for self-expression. By using makeup as a form of art, Sophie discovered a way to showcase her inner creativity and express herself without limits. Makeup allowed her to take ownership of her identity and present a bold version of herself to the world. Lesson 6. Makeup and emotional healing. Makeup can also serve as a tool for emotional healing. During times of loss, heartbreak, or personal challenges, makeup can provide a small act of self-care that helps rebuild confidence. It doesn't change the situation, but it allows you to feel empowered in your own skin, helping you regain some control over your emotional state. When you're going through tough times, makeup can serve as a reminder that you are worthy of care and attention, even if it's just for a few moments during your routine. Example story 4. Rachel's reclaiming moment. After a tough breakup, Rachel struggled to feel good about herself. She didn't have the energy to do much and found herself staying inside, avoiding friends and social events. One day, as she looked in the mirror, she realized she couldn't stay in this state forever. She decided to give herself a little boost. She started her day by applying makeup, taking the time to focus on something that made her feel good. She began with a simple routine: foundation, a little bit of blush, mascara, and a subtle lipstick. As she went through the motions of applying her makeup, Rachel noticed a shift. It wasn't just about looking better. It was about feeling like herself again. When she looked in the mirror, she felt empowered to face the day. That evening, she went out to meet friends. Although she didn't feel 100% healed, the makeup gave her the strength to engage with others and feel more confident in her own skin. It reminded her that even during tough times, she could still take care of herself. Outcome. Rachel's experience shows how makeup can be an important part of emotional healing. By taking time for self-care, she was able to regain some confidence and feel more in control of her emotional state. Makeup served as a small but powerful ritual that helped her feel empowered in a difficult moment. Absolutely. Here are 5 more detailed lessons on the power of makeup, each accompanied by expanded example stories that highlight the different ways makeup can influence confidence, emotional well-being, creativity, and self-expression. Lesson 7. Makeup as a tool for overcoming insecurity. Makeup can act as a shield when we feel insecure. It provides a quick way to regain control over our appearance and can help boost our self-esteem in moments when we feel uncertain or self-conscious. For many people, applying makeup can make them feel more prepared and protected in social situations. It's not just about concealing imperfections. It's about feeling more secure in the face of challenges. How makeup can help overcome insecurity. When we feel insecure about certain aspects of our appearance, makeup allows us to refocus. By enhancing the features we like, we shift our attention away from what makes us feel insecure. It's like stepping into a new role, where we can project the version of ourselves that we feel most confident in. Example story 1. Katie's confidence in social settings. Katie had always been a little insecure about her acne scars. She had struggled with acne in her teenage years, and even though her skin had improved, she still felt like the scars were a mark on her face that others could see. Whenever she went out with friends or met new people, she couldn't help but feel like everyone was staring at her flaws. One day, she decided to experiment with makeup, even though she had always avoided it. She began using foundation to smooth out her skin tone and added some concealer to cover her scars. The result was remarkable. When she looked in the mirror, she didn't just see a flawless face. She saw someone who felt confident, someone who was ready to face the world without hesitation. The next time Katie went out with her friends, she felt a shift in her behavior. She wasn't worried about hiding behind her hands or avoiding eye contact. Instead, she stood tall, smiled more, and participated actively in conversations. Makeup had become her tool to combat insecurity, and it empowered her to take charge of how she felt about herself. Outcome. Katie's experience shows that makeup isn't just about hiding flaws, it's about reclaiming control over your insecurities. By using makeup, Katie was able to face the world with more confidence and let go of the anxiety that had held her back for so long. Lesson 8. Makeup as a daily ritual of self-care. Self-care is essential for maintaining mental and emotional well-being, and makeup can be a powerful part of this practice. For many, applying makeup isn't just a way to look good. It's a personal ritual that helps ground them, relax their mind, and prepare them for the day ahead. The emotional benefits of a makeup routine. Just like other self-care practices, such as meditation or a morning jog, the routine of applying makeup provides a moment of focus and intention. It's a ritual where you care for your appearance and, in doing so, remind yourself that you are deserving of time, attention, and care. Example story 2. Maria's morning ritual. Maria was a busy mom with 2 young children. One day, feeling completely drained, Maria decided to try something different. She set aside just 15 minutes every morning to do her makeup, not to impress others, but as a self-care ritual. She started with basic products, a foundation, a little mascara, and a nude lipstick. At first it seemed trivial, but as she continued, Maria noticed something interesting. The simple act of focusing on herself, even for a short time, helped clear her mind. As she applied her makeup, she took deep breaths, focused on the present, and used it as a chance to reconnect with herself before diving into the day. Over time, this ritual became a small but powerful moment of self-care. It reminded Maria that even in the hustle and bustle of motherhood, She was allowed to take a moment for herself. Makeup gave her clarity, calm, and a sense of empowerment that helped her face the challenges of the day with more energy and confidence. Outcome: Maria's story demonstrates how makeup can become a therapeutic ritual. It allowed her to carve out time for herself in a busy schedule, and in doing so, it became a tool for mental rejuvenation and emotional self-care. Lesson 9. Makeup as a confidence booster for public speaking. Public speaking is a common fear, and for many, it's a moment where insecurity and nerves take over. Makeup can be an invaluable tool in these situations. It can provide a boost of confidence, allowing you to present yourself to others in a polished way and feel more at ease while speaking in front of an audience. How makeup enhances public speaking. When you look good, you often feel better. The confidence you gain from looking polished and prepared can enhance your public speaking. It's not about perfection. It's about presenting the best version of yourself to an audience, which can help calm your nerves and focus your energy on delivering your message. Example story 3. Rachel's big presentation. Rachel, a marketing executive, had to deliver an important presentation to a group of potential clients. The stakes were high, and Rachel was nervous. She had always been self-conscious about speaking in front of a crowd, but she realized that part of her anxiety stemmed from how she felt about her appearance. To boost her confidence, Rachel decided to put more effort into her makeup that day. She applied a full face of makeup, flawless foundation, sharp eyeliner, and a bold lip. As she looked in the mirror, she saw a polished, professional version of herself. She took a moment to appreciate how confident and empowered she felt. When Rachel walked into the room, she noticed a shift. Her clients greeted her with smiles, and Rachel felt more at ease. During the presentation, she spoke with clarity and poise, feeling like she had the confidence to take on any challenge. The makeup didn't make her words any more powerful, but it helped her feel more self-assured, allowing her to deliver her message effectively. Outcome: Rachel's experience shows that makeup can be a confidence booster for public speaking. It helped her feel more empowered and confident, allowing her to present herself in the best light possible and speak with authority. Lesson 10. Makeup and its power to reinvent yourself. Makeup is not just about enhancing your features, it can also be about reinventing yourself. The freedom to choose different looks based on your mood, desires, or needs is one of the most empowering aspects of makeup. Whether you want to feel bold, sophisticated, or soft, makeup allows you to transform your identity and step into a version of yourself that matches your intentions. The art of reinvention. Makeup gives you the ability to experiment with your identity. You can choose different styles, colors, and techniques to match your mood or your goals for the day. By changing how you look, you also change how you feel, giving you a sense of control over your personal narrative. Example story 4. Emily's bold new look. Emily had always been the shy, introverted type. She preferred to blend in and avoid attention. But recently, she started feeling the need to step outside her comfort zone and embrace a more confident, bold persona. Emily decided to experiment with a new makeup style, something that would help her project a more confident image. She chose bold, bright eyeshadow, electric blues and purples, and paired it with a dramatic cat eye. She finished her look with a deep berry lipstick that made her feel fearless. Emily's new makeup look was completely different from what she was used to, and when she looked in the mirror, She barely recognized herself. The makeup had transformed her into someone confident, someone bold. That night, Emily went out with friends. She felt like she could take on the world. The makeup had worked. It had helped her reinvent herself. She was still the same person, but now she felt more empowered to be seen and heard. Outcome. Emily's story demonstrates how makeup can be a tool for reinvention. By experimenting with her look, she found a version of herself that was more bold and confident. Makeup gave her the freedom to explore different aspects of her identity and express herself in new ways. Lesson 11. Makeup and empowerment in challenging situations. Makeup can also be a powerful tool in challenging situations. When we feel overwhelmed or vulnerable, it acts as a shield, helping us feel more prepared and empowered to face difficult moments. The strength of makeup during tough times. During times of uncertainty or stress, makeup can provide an emotional shield. It helps you take control of how you feel about yourself and your ability to take on the world, even when things aren't going well. Whether you're going into an interview, meeting someone important, or dealing with a difficult personal situation, makeup can help you project strength and confidence. Example story 5. Linda's first job interview. Linda had just graduated from college and was preparing for her very first job interview. She was nervous. She had heard how important first impressions were, and she wanted to make sure she appeared professional and confident. Linda didn't wear much makeup on a regular day, but she decided to use it as a tool to help her present her best self. She applied a natural, polished makeup look, foundation to even out her complexion, mascara to open her eyes, and a soft pink lipstick. When she looked in the mirror, she felt more put together and more confident about the interview ahead. Her makeup wasn't about masking who she was. It was about showing up as the best version of herself. The interview went well, and Linda felt empowered to speak confidently about her qualifications. She was offered the job, and she couldn't help but think that her confidence, partly boosted by her makeup, had played a significant role in her success. Outcome. Linda's story shows how makeup can empower us in challenging situations. It gave her the confidence she needed to face her fears and make a positive impression in an important interview. Conclusion. Makeup is a powerful tool for empowerment. From boosting confidence to expressing creativity, makeup is much more than just a beauty routine. It has the power to transform our mindset, help us face challenges with confidence, and even allow us to reinvent ourselves when we need to. Whether you're using makeup to overcome insecurity, express yourself artistically, or simply feel empowered in difficult times, it is an invaluable tool in shaping how we feel about ourselves and how we present ourselves to the world. Makeup is a tool of empowerment and self-expression, one that lets you take control over how you look and, most importantly, how you feel. Every time you apply makeup, you're making a choice to empower yourself and step into the world with confidence, creativity, and strength.